It's the St. Louis Film Festival here in St. Louis. Chris Clark with Cinema St. Louis. Chris, welcome, Big 550 KTRS.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Also, Chef Liz Schuster with Tenacious Eats. There's a screening of A Hard Day's Night on November 22nd. What's going on here?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Tell us about the movie.
The movie actually is, I think, it's the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. Came out in 1964. Running time is quite short. I think it's the preamp for all modern music videos. I mean, you can obviously see the Monkees, what they took from that.
Right.
But what we're doing is 5 courses during the film. We're going to pause it 5 times to introduce each course. So we're going to elongate the 87-minute playing time with some awesome, authentic food from Liverpool.
And if you've never been to Tenacious Eats, you've got to go.
Because it's all about the movies, right?
Yes,
And the
but
food.
in this
And the
case,
food,
for mere
of
mortals,
course.
a course means you get a little plate of food set in front of you 5 times.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And drinks, too.
how many
And a cocktail.
people?
And
How many
drinks,
people
yeah,
are
that's
you
right.
planning on serving?
I think our max is going to be about 80. Don't you think, Chris?
Yeah,
We're going to cut
80-ish,
it off there.
80-ish.
We could do more, but I don't want to lose the intimacy. When we do an event, it's about immediate gratification for us and our guests.
We're
So-
here to talk about the film festival as well as Tenacious Eats. Tell us about Tenacious Eats.
Tenacious Eats is a very visceral experience. We're not dinner theater. What we do is we cook in and around our guests in the theater. If it's a true food film, it's going to be literal. What you see on the screen is what you eat.
Right.
If it's not a food film like the Beatles' Hard Day's Night, it's more based on a scene, what a character says. Sometimes there is a reference to food, and I use that. And you're going to get a course about every 15 to 20 minutes at one of our events. And you're going to hear the chefs talk. You're going to hear us cook. You can smell what we're making. You're part of it. So in a way, we're drawing back the curtain on the kitchen.
Right.
We let you partake in the obnoxious comments that are made while we're cooking and about the film. And Chris is our MC. Chris Clark.
Okay.
He is the 5th Beatle.
Right. You're the one. Finally, we found him.
Boy.
But Chris and I play off of each other during the film. We have so much fun. He is the good cop. I'm bad cop. I think he needs to have a mute button for me because he'll make a very pithy, funny comment about the film, and then I go way too far with it.
All right.
So.
How do we get a hold of Tenacious Eats, and how do we get tickets to this Hard Day's Night?
Tenacious Eats, all of our tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com.
Okay.
And you could look at our Facebook page, go to events. There's a little button there
Right.
under Tenacious Eats. And you can just go right to Brown Paper Tickets from that, or you can order tickets from our website, which is tenaciouseats.com.
TenaciousEats.com. Also, Hard Day's Night screening November 22nd. Now, Chris, that's all part of the St. Louis Film Festival.
Yes, that's one moving part of 400 films from 76 countries over 11 days starting Thursday.
Now, how many films do you get entered into this, or how many requests do you get to watch their film?
Our submissions come from a variety of different places, including countries all over the world.
Right.
We had about 1,500 submissions, and we considered these 400 films from an overall pool of closer to 2,000 films.
And somebody watches all of these?
Yes, we have 4 people on staff. We divide up categories and watch a lot of movies all year round.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. So what requires them to make the cut?
The most compelling thing is have they told a unique and interesting story that other people would want to see. It's not all about me and my taste. I have to think outside of myself often, which can be hard. But I can tell a good, well-crafted story when I see one. And we've picked our cultural mission is to promote cross-cultural understanding through the art of the cinema.
It seems like St. Louis Film Festival has grown quite a bit and gotten a nice little reputation, hasn't it?
We have a very nice reputation for the quality of our programming, and we'd like to pat ourselves on the back, too. Guests that come here are floored by how much fun they have, how beautiful the city is, and just how well we put this show on.
Give us a couple of highlights for the film festival. What are you looking forward to?
We have a couple of films on our opening weekend that are already sold out, which is great, but they're both locally filmed films. The Makings of You, directed by Matt Amato, is our opening night film. Was shot on Cherokee Street a couple summers ago. Co-starring Cheryl Lee from Twin Peaks. Grace Zabriskie also was a co-star in Twin Peaks, and Jay Ferguson, who plays Stan on Mad Men. Jay Ferguson and Grace Zabriskie will be there.
Okay.
And he'll be on Thursday on our show, too.
Yes.
Jay Ferguson.
Mutual friend of all of ours we were just discussing, Jay Kanzler, his family film Marshall the Miracle Dog, based on actual events, something that happened in this area about a plucky dog that survives in the end.
It's more the story about the mayor in that.
Yeah, I
in that.
hear the mayor.
I hear the mayor is fantastic.
Is that
in
Mayor
movie.
McCheese?
Yes, that is
It is
exactly
McCheese.
right. Chris Clark, Cinema St. Louis, part of the St. Louis Film Festival. Chef Liz Schuster, Tenacious Eats. Chris, how do we get tickets? How do we get the full schedule for the film festival?
Everything is completely out in the world right now. It was inserted in last week's Riverfront Times. So if there's still some of those laying around, they're there. There might be stacks next to where the Riverfront Times are. They're at the theaters, the Tivoli Theater and Plaza Frontenac. And every last little bit of information you could want is entirely on our website at cinemastlouis.org.
It's fantastic. And when does it start?
It starts on Thursday.
Starts on Thursday and it
November
runs
13th, through 11 days, through the 23rd.
Wow, that's great, though.
You got
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Chris Clark and Chef Liz Schneider, the website for Tenacious Eats.
TenaciousEats.com.
Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
Quick check of St. Louis